Hey y'all, I'm going to go ahead and apologize in advance for my not so good mood that I'm in right now. If you know me, you know I'm a huge Seahawks fan, and we did not win last night. And the fashion that we lost in really has me kind of peeved. And so if you are a Rams fan out there right now, you can go straight to hell. Just kidding, of course. Having your team lose to somebody that's in your division is a terrible feeling. And the only thing that can possibly bring me joy is when the Eagles beat the Chiefs tonight. I really need y'all Eagles to please win tonight. Please. I cannot take this feeling times two. I cannot do it because I have this very deep dislike for Patrick Mahomes. And when he loses, whether it is a blowout or a close game, it makes me smile. It really does. I do not like the Chiefs at all. At all. So yeah, all you Chiefs fans out there, y'all can go straight to hell as well. No, I'm just kidding. Football does get me kind of riled up, but at the end of the day, it's never that serious. Yeah. Or maybe it is that serious. I don't know anymore. Anyways, let's get into today's conversation. Today, we're going to be talking about lying, liars, calling a spade a spade. And if you are a liar or know somebody that is a liar, this is something that you might be interested in having a conversation about. So let's talk about it. So I wanted to talk about this today because last week I mentioned that people who waste my time is one of my biggest pet peeves, right? But my biggest pet peeve is when people waste my time. I cannot stand when people waste my time. But people who lie or people who do not keep their word comes in at a very close second. When you waste my time, that is a great way to get popped upside the head, right? But if you lie to me or if you don't keep your word, your character will be forever soiled in my eyes. Now, I'm not going to sit here all up on my high horse trying to pretend like I ain't never told a lie before in my life because we all have lied. Everybody lies every once in a while. But I'm really talking about the pathological liars, the kind of people that lie because they just cannot seem to help themselves. Like they lie about even the littlest stuff. That's what I'm going to be talking about right now. Now, I have a secret to dealing with these kinds of people or these kinds of liars. The way to deal with a liar is to believe every single word they say. I know that sounds crazy, but just hear me out. So when you believe a liar, not actually like believe, because believing is a very powerful thing, but just taking their word for what they say, holding them 100% accountable. They will get their own selves caught. When people lie, they dig a hole for their own selves. So, for example, if you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend or whatever, and this is by no means dating advice, so don't take it that way. This is just an example, okay? So, yeah, if you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend and they say they're going to go see their mom or whatever, right? And the thing about a liar is they're going to tell you something that isn't going to be easily questioned. Like if they say something and it already sounds sus off the bat, then they're probably like a bad liar. But the real good ones, like the Olympic gold medalist liars, they will tell you something that they know you will believe. But anyways, you know good and well they not finna go to their mama house. I mean, you got the proof and everything. Just say okay. Just literally just let them have it and say okay. And here's why. Because when they lie to you, they create they're a separate kind of reality that is their job to upkeep, not yours. So when they slowly build that new reality, it can't last forever. So when you keep them accountable of every last thing they say, really true or not, honestly, just keep people accountable in general. But this really works well with liars. Eventually something will not add up, right? So if you don't know, I'm about a semester away from getting my psychology degree, and I'm not going to say I know everything about people, but I think I know a pretty decent amount, especially like when it comes to liars, because they are a special breed of people. So when you do that and hold them accountable, you use their own nature against them, because their own lies is what's going to make their own life hell, because they have to keep up their own false reality that they've created with X amount of people. When the truth overlaps with what they told you, hold them accountable for what they told you, and let their own selves drive their own selves crazy. And just watch it happen. they're going to drive themselves crazy. The people who lie like that, they're going to make their own lives terrible. So the reason why you don't call people, I mean, it really depends on what it is, but the reason why you don't call people out as soon as you know that they're lying is because it doesn't give them that chance for that other reality to be created, right? So if you just let them go on and on and on and on and on, they're crazier and crazier and crazier and crazier and crazier. They're gonna drive themselves, and you can just have your popcorn and watch. Yeah, so try not to let a liar know that they're lying, and don't try to keep up with a liar. That's gonna exhaust you. Let them exhaust themselves. Like, don't put no work into that. If they want to lie, let them lie. Let them lie. Let them lie till the cows come home. Because you trying to chase a liar or try to make them not be a liar no more is not gonna, it's just gonna make you go crazy because you're the sane one and they're the crazy one. Let them be crazy by themselves. Let them be crazy by themselves, okay? And so let them, if they want to lie, let them lie all day long. Because the more that they lie, the worse their lives are gonna get. And all you have to do is create a boundary. That's it. So creating a boundary is basically when it's going to be certain things that you not finna sit here and lie to me about, okay? So like if you say something that I know is a lie and it's like close to me, I'm gonna call you out like that. But if it's something that's like small and I just know that you're being just not a good person, I'm really gonna let you have it. And all I'm gonna do is hold you accountable 100% to your word, to every last syllable of the thing that you said. Because when it comes back around and I bring it up, even if I knew it was a lie or not, they're gonna catch themselves. That's all I'm gonna say about this, because I feel like it's getting a little redundant. But yeah, just create those boundaries. It's got to be some things that you cannot let people just tell a bold-faced lie about, especially if you know it, or even if you don't know it and you feel like it's a lie, do your best to find out. But if it's other stuff, like, life is too short to be trying to get people to act right, because people are just gonna lie. So yeah. Anyways, I digress. I want to talk about why telling truth is important. So telling truth is important because when you lie, you will morph into something that you are not, or you won't recognize yourself. So when you lie to people, more often than not, you lie to yourself. And then, like I just said, sooner or later, you're not going to recognize yourself. And that's one of the phases that I talked about in last week's video when I talk about not getting lost in life. Tell yourself the truth. Ain't nobody else really, I mean, no, there are people in the world that are gonna tell you the truth, but you need to be the first one to tell yourself the truth. Don't let other folks tell you what it is and what it ain't. You need to be honest with your own self. Usually that nasty feeling that you feel and you don't know why it's there usually has something to do with a lie that you have told yourself that you're choosing to believe. Like, I'm fine, I'm not lazy, I'm healthy, or whatever the lie is that you are just feeding yourself to the point where you feel so out of touch with just who you are. So like I said, like earlier, when a liar lies to you, they dig a hole for themselves. What happens when you lie to yourself? You gonna dig a hole for your own self? You gonna get your own self caught? And like, why would you do that to your own self? That doesn't make no sense to me. Now, sometimes when like being in denial and all that kind of stuff in certain situations, it's a defense mechanism, but like when you're grieving and all that stuff and you're trying to heal, and sometimes being in denial is part of that, but that's different from just flat out lying to yourself. Stop lying to yourself and tell yourself what it is, because you will end up in a place, you're gonna wonder how you got there. So just go ahead and rip the band-aid off now, instead of having other people try to tell you, like, you know yourself better than most people know you. So just say what it is. Lying can potentially cost you your life or somebody else's life. I mean, we all know the story about Emmett Till, right? I mean, that was the lie heard around the world. And you see what that happened, So some things are just not even worth it. I mean, I know people are probably gonna be like, oh, what about white lies? What about if you're trying to spare somebody's feelings? I'm gonna get to that in a second. But even that, I kind of don't really see quite the point. Don't take the chance of ruining somebody's life or your own life over a lie. And don't lie to yourself. It's not worth it. And I'm gonna end with this right here because I feel like as a society there is a lot of truth lacking, like a severe amount, because people don't know how to call a spade a spade. I cannot stand folks that tap dance around the truth just to spare somebody's feelings. I mean, that right there drives me up a wall more than a pathological liar sometimes, because I just feel like nowadays people are so soft. Everybody's so soft. Like, I sometimes like to watch, old comedians or even just old sitcoms. Some of the jokes they say would never fly today. Never, ever, ever. Because people would be so quick to be in their feelings. And I feel like a lot of times, like jokes like that back in the day, the people who were mainly laughing were the people who the joke was about. Like everybody was just cool with laughing at them own selves sometimes. We don't have that no more. People just be so getting ready to go on social media and make a big deal about it. And, oh my God, it hurt my feelings. Like, oh my gosh. I don't like people who like to tap dance around at you just to spare somebody's feelings. Because I don't like it when people do it to me. I feel like I'm being patronized or insulted if you're not really telling me if you care about me, you're going to tell me the truth. And if you're not really telling me the whole truth because you think my feelings are going to be hurt, oh no, I can't rock with you like that, because you're not really a true like friend or something that's not going to tell me what it is and what it ain't because you scared how it's going to affect me. How it's going to affect me really don't got nothing to do with you. But yeah, I'm not saying just be mean to people. I'm not saying go around and start bullying folks, but it's better to just risk somebody boo-hooing for 2 seconds than to pollute this earth with more lies. No, don't do that. Now, y'all know I want to be like the best cheerleader ever, right? And I suck sometimes, not all the times, but when I do, I will be the first one to tell myself that I suck. If it's true, I'm performing way below my potential, then I will tell myself like that was not good or this is not good. I literally have a whole video on my channel called Today I Suck. Today I suck. So because it was the truth. That day it was terrible and it was true. And the premise of that video was like, okay, I suck. Yeah, but it doesn't have to stay this way. But in that moment, I sure did. And I was upset about it, but it was true. It hurt, but it was true. It was hard to move past, but it was true. So I will be the first one to tell like myself the truth, or I will be the first one to ask somebody to tell me the truth or tell me about my flaws so I can fix them and be better. I don't want people to lie to me, even if it's to spare my feelings. Don't worry about my feelings. I'll worry about my feelings. You just tell me the truth. So let that be a lesson to all the people out there that refuse to call a spade or just like to lie, because a lie will get you into more hell than the truth ever will. Not an opinion, the truth. And guess what else? Stop making it everybody else's fault that you cannot handle the truth, okay? If somebody tells you something and it is 100% factual, but you don't like the way that it sounds or whatever, or if it hurts your feelings, stop making it their fault. Stop making it the whole entire world's fault and being mad at the world and being bitter. Because guess what? If it hurts you that bad, most insurances cover therapy. Shoot, I'm in therapy right now. I'm in therapy twice a week, actually, because there are some things that are true in my life that are kind of hard to deal with. So yeah, I'm not gonna go around being mad at the world or being bitter just because there's something in my life that I'm not quite happy about it. I'm not going to make it everybody else's fault, okay? So if you're like that and there's something that's happening that is true or you don't like it or whatever, stop making it the world's fault. It's nobody's fault. It's not your fault either. But that doesn't mean you have to be a big fat jerk to everybody. And that doesn't mean you have to lie to everybody either. And that doesn't mean you have to keep going off on people because they told you the truth, okay? Jeez. Anyways, I digress, but that is all I have for y'all today. Y'all know I love having conversation with y'all. I love talking about things I feel like are not talked about a lot, because y'all know I'm gonna tell y'all what it is and what it ain't. But yeah, that is it for today, and I will be back next week with another topic of conversation. Unless y'all give me one that y'all want to talk about, I'd be happy to talk about it. But until then, keep calling a spade a spade. Please do not keep polluting this earth with more and more lies. We don't need any more, okay? But that is it. I will see y'all later.